But as you said, Skubal looked unreal. To even get 2 runs against him was
Yeah.
big, and I knew that that was all they were going to get because he was going to start to nail it down, and he did.
You are Locked On Yankees, your daily New York Yankees podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Yankees, which is part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making us your first listen every day. I'm Stacey Gotsoulias. Game off. We got to talk more about Monopoly Go. This fast-paced game lets you team up with friends for tournaments to unlock awesome prizes like unique stickers for trading, cool playing pieces, and hilarious emojis for taunting your friends. So download Monopoly Go, now free on Google Play or in the App Store. Game on. And with me, as usual, is my co-host, Brian McKean. Brian, what a weekend.
Yeah, who saw them sweeping this one? We'll get into it.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I was pleasantly surprised. And yes, we will get into it. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on whichever podcasting platform you prefer, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Like our videos, hit the bell so you're notified when those videos go live or premiere. So coming up on today's show, we talk about the series. We talk about how great the bullpen has been. It's Minors Monday, and we're also going to take a look around the league. Some interesting things are happening. But first, this series against Detroit. Shocking.
I can't believe it. I would have been sure they were going to lose this game if there was going to be any one of them. I mean, they performed so well. And don't get me wrong. I mean, Skubal killed them today. I mean, he was so good. But overall, I mean, this was the best they've looked all year in a series. And I mean that because of the way the offense looked, because they played like the way this team is designed to play.
Right.
And with how good, the bullpen we knew was good, but I think the bullpen had their quote unquote late coming out party was this weekend. It was pure dominance. They didn't give up a single run all weekend. And that's rare to see. I mean, they looked unstoppable. Clay Holmes looks like one of the better relievers in all of baseball. It's really fascinating what they did this series against a Detroit team that a lot of people, I think, initially look at them on the schedule and how bad they've been over the last, 10, 15 years. Think, oh, it's just Detroit, they'll be fine. Detroit's a really good young team. They really are. And the Yankees handled them like it was just business as usual. Really impressed with the team this week.
Yeah, I was impressed with, as you said, the different ways they won. I was most impressed, actually, with how frustrating Friday night was. I was really impressed with that last inning and how they manufactured those runs and got those runs in. Because you want to see them not try and hit the 3-run home run to win a game. Yeah. You want to see guys get on base and then drive the next guy in, or get on base and then the next guy will drive them in, sort of a thing. So I was very happy with that. But as you said, I was really impressed with the bullpen. Just Clay Holmes, some of those pitches he was throwing, they have such sick movement on them. And I think he's hearing everyone saying he's not really a closer. They should get someone else. And I think he's just showing everyone, oh yeah, okay, I'll show you what I can do.
I'm still on that train. I still think they're going to need to add a reliever at the deadline just to bolster this up a little bit. I mean, that can never hurt, right? But I mean, you look at where in the world did Luke Weaver come from?
Right.
They find guys out of nowhere, and Luke Weaver looks unhittable.
He really does.
Ian Hamilton has looked terrific. And a reminder, they're doing all this without Johnny Lasagna. Imagine if they had them involved in this bullpen. So I mean, you're getting a team right now that's clicking on all cylinders like it was designed, which is something you rarely get in the sport. Usually something's off, right? Usually someone's hurt, someone's out, all you have right now is Garrett Cole that's out. I want to note too, and it could be a talking point. I don't want to get on it too quickly, but Judge looked like a different player this weekend. He did. He looked like he started to turn a corner. He started to turn around. Now, it's been 3 games. I don't want to sit here and say he did look awful at the end of the Baltimore series. So I don't want to sit here and say that, Judge has figured things out and he's officially turned things around, but he looked like a different ball player this weekend. He did. Yeah. Between the home runs, the doubles, he had different at-bats. He looked like an absolute force. And just to be reiterated, I mean, Juan Soto was still unbelievable. I mean, he's just great.
He's so much fun to watch. Rizzo, had a great weekend.
Unbelievable.
They gave him the day off because of the pitching matchup on Sunday, but just amazing. But as you said, Skubal looked unreal. To even get 2 runs against him was big, and I knew that was all they were going to get because he was going to start to nail it down, and he did.
His changeup is unbelievable. 12 strikeouts, 2 earned, unbelievable start. The bullpen didn't give up a run all series. You go to the Saturday game. What I was impressed by in that game is the runs they scored early on in the game. They did it both ways, right? It's almost like they learned a lesson from Friday's game. You didn't score late. You didn't get the offense going until late Friday, and then you finally get it going. You win that game. You pull that game, the rabbit out of the hat. You win that game. Great. You're going to need those wins. So I'm not going to, turn it away, but that's not an ideal way you want to win a ball game. The next day, they score in the first inning. They score 4 runs in the fourth. They just completely turn it around. And just the offense completely, it was Soto walking, Judge getting a single. It was all revolving around what you want the offense to look like. And then again, even the game earlier yesterday, to play like they did and to never be out of that game when they got dominated by another pitcher. Now, it helps that Cortez had a really good start. He looked like it was a vintage Nestor Cortez kind of start. But still, Skubal, even though he gave up 2 runs, was still better than Cortez. He was pitching like an absolute ace out there. And the Yankees stayed in the game. They waited the starting pitcher out. They made Skubal throw a lot of pitches. And they got to the Tigers when they needed to late in that game. I mean, overall, I could not be more impressed with how the team looked this weekend.
Yep. It feels like the Yankees are starting to put things together, which is really funny to say about a team that's now 22-13, 23-13,
yeah.
But it feels like things are coming together. And it felt that way looking across the country at what the Dodgers did to the Braves over the weekend. Yeah. Like the Dodgers are starting to fire on all cylinders, and that team is going to be frightening.
Altani's now got 10 home runs on the season, which is crazy. Yamamoto had the 1 bad start to open the season, and that was it. The team
Tyler Glass now has looked incredible.
Which that's a guy that you forget is even on that team. That's how good they are. But overall, I mean, again, and I think that's the key to the Yankees too. You're also doing this, by the way, to mention, speaking of the Dodgers, without Tommy Kahnle. He still hasn't come back, and the Yankees are still missing him. The bullpen looking the way it looks though, is the way the Yankees want to win a championship and the way that teams want to win championships now, right? You want the power. You want the guys that think about the mix of things the Yankees have right now. That is the mix of things that a team needs to win a championship, right? You have your lineup is full of power hitters and guys that can get on base and make moves on the base paths, right? You've got an Anthony Volpe. You've got a Juan Soto. You've got a Verdugo who can make noise on the bases and also bring power into their game. You have the Sotos, the Judges, the Rizzos who can have the power element and have what you need. But also, you have the starting pitching. You have a clear number 1 and number 2 in Cole and the way Rodon's looked this year, right? Stroman's no 3 to slouch at. And Cortez, I guess, is it's a contest between Cortez and Schmidt, how good they've been. But even if those guys don't give you a lot of length, you have a lot of length in your bullpen now. You have multiple options you're going to be able to go to. And I can't imagine the Yankees not making a move at this year's deadline. So you have multiple options to go to. And again, they continue to find guys out of nowhere that you've never even heard of before that somehow come in and were some of the best pitchers in all of baseball. I wanted to add this in as the fan question, Stacey. And I wanted to get, as usual, your comments on the YouTube, on everywhere you can give us comments. And I'm going to get Stacey's answer before everybody else. But what do you think of the Yankees pitching staff? I mean, I'm guessing I'm going to give it credit to Matt Blake because it's really turned around. They had good bullpens prior, but it's really turned around since Matt Blake has gotten here with turning pitchers around. What do you think it is that they're doing to be able to turn multiple bullpen arms, starting pitcher arms around? Because you look at the bullpen arms, but also let's add in Nestor Cortez was DFA'd multiple times, wasn't a regular major leaguer, and he's turned Nestor Cortez into this, formidable starter in baseball. What do you give credit to what Matt Blake does, or what do you see that you think turns the pitchers around when the Yankees require them?
I don't know. I feel like Matt Blake is a magician. And I also, during the off season, I was thinking about certain guys that they could have gotten, maybe guys lower on the radar in the off season, that my thought was, well, even if they're not that strong, Matt Blake can probably turn them around. And I feel like that with a lot of pitchers, it just seems like anytime they come here, like we'll talk about it in segment 3, we're going around the league. But I think if Sonny Gray came over to the Yankees when Matt Blake was the pitching coach instead of
a lot of things,
who was here at that time, it would have been a lot different. It would have been a lot different. Not saying Matt Blake would have made Sonny Gray better. Matt Blake would have allowed Sonny Gray to throw the pitches he was comfortable throwing and not try to change his game like the Yankees did when he was here.
I think he would have allowed Sonny Gray to be Sonny Gray. And I could go on a soliloquy about how much I believe in Sonny Gray. And usually all Yankees fans are against me on that one, and I'll go to the grave believing that one. But I want to give that out to the fans. What do you guys think it is that Matt Blake has guys doing that seems to get their games to completely turn around once they hit the Yankees? In segment 2, we're going to update you on what's happening. Well, we're not going to do around the league in segment 2, actually. Segment 2, we're going to do Minors Monday. So we'll update you on what's going on. I think we're going to Somerset, which is right down the block from me. It feels so weird still to say that.
We're doing Somerset first. We're doing Somerset first. Yes.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys, you can subscribe to the channel and hit the like button on our videos and hit the notification button so you know when our videos go up. Also, you can reply to the pinned comment on our videos from Monday to Thursday. If you want your questions to appear on Fan Mail Friday, of course, insiders get first access to that. You can join the Locked On Yankees Insiders Club. It's at the link in the description. You'll get texts from me and Stacey, and you can text us questions. There's a 14-day free trial coming up next. Minors Monday.
Are you struggling to close deals? Business-to-business selling is tougher than ever, and that's why I want to tell you about LinkedIn Sales Navigator. LinkedIn Sales Navigator is a sales intelligence platform that helps professionals effectively prospect and engage high-value customers, drive higher revenue, and increase sales performance. Sales Navigator helps you target the right buyers, surface key signals such as job changes or which accounts you should prioritize, and show you hidden allies so you can find those buyers that are most likely to convert. Fueled by LinkedIn's 1 billion member platform, Sales Navigator gives you the most up-to-date first-party data, enabling you to unlock conversations with the people that matter. Right now, you can try LinkedIn Sales Navigator and get a 60-day free trial at linkedin.com/lockedon. That's linkedin.com/lockedon for a 60-day free trial. Let LinkedIn Sales Navigator help you sell like a superstar today. Just go to linkedin.com/lockedon and get started. And Locked On Yankees is also brought to you by my new favorite mobile game, Monopoly Go. I have been tracking the leaderboards every day, keeping my eyes on the scorers, putting my heart into it, and I'm super pumped to announce I'm finally on top. That's right. Obviously, I'm talking about Monopoly Go. It's the new hit mobile game. It's been downloaded over 150 million times. It's a great mobile twist on Monopoly. You can play anywhere, anytime. You explore hundreds of Monopoly boards from Las Vegas to Camelot to the moon, all while raking in a huge fortune. Charge rent on iconic properties, just like classic Monopoly. You can charge your friends rent on your iconic properties, or go after their Monopoly money by pulling bank heists and taking wrecking balls to their landmarks. But my favorite part is the leaderboards, where you can see who's a Monopoly tycoon and who's gone bankrupt. I have not gone bankrupt yet. I have made people bankrupt. Thank you very much. So go get yourself on the charts. Download Monopoly Go, now free in the App Store or in Google Play. Welcome back to Locked On Yankees. Locked On Sports Today is a free 24/7 sports streaming channel programmed for you every day to bring you the biggest stories without all the noise. Locked On Sports Today brings you can't-miss analysis, opinions, and news. Streaming 24/7 on YouTube or the free Amazon Fire TV channels app, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Don't forget, you can catch every pitch of the Yankees' hometown broadcast with SiriusXM. Just download the SXM app and search the word Yankees. It's Minors Monday, everyone. We have some exciting news, I guess we can say. Yeah, this is exciting news. Somerset, AA Eastern League Player and Pitcher of the Week. That's pretty impressive.
Impressive stuff.
Yeah. So infielder Benjamin Cowles batted .351, .433, .623, and led the league in average hits. He had 27 of them, 8 doubles, total bases, 48 of them. Holy heck. On base percentage, 433, as I mentioned, and the slugging percentage. So he led in all that stuff. He was fourth in runs scored. He scored 14. He recorded 7 multi-hit games and hit safely in 6 straight games to start the month and 8 straight games to end the month of April. So that's insane. He's 24 years old. He was selected by the Yankees in the 10th round of the 2021 draft out of the University of Maryland.
Why are these guys that I feel like get traded to like the Rockies in a bullpen deal move and you see playing for the Rockies in a couple of years? Like, he had great numbers in Somerset for the Yankees. I can't picture this guy ever playing for the New York Yankees, but I mean, I love seeing Yankee prospects put up numbers like this because it always feels like they just become a hotter trade chip for teams that don't know what they're doing.
Sure.
Like, honestly, teams that don't know what the guys that hit well in Double-A are teams like the Oakland Athletics salivate over players like this.
Right.
It's really.
And then the pitcher of the week, Somerset's right-hander Tristan Vierling, went 2-1 with a 1.88 ERA in 4 starts as he held opponents to a 145 average. He struck out 25 and walked 6 over 24 innings. That's crazy. Vierling, 23, selected by New York in the 3rd round of the 2022 draft, and he came out of Gonzaga University. As for their series against, No, I
just wanted to make this point that you see a lot of Yankee prospects looking like this with their number tallies. The Yankees are very much after their prospects having almost even Ks per 9. And you're seeing this a lot, and you're going to see it with a lot of Yankee prospects. They are after strikeouts. They want their guys becoming strikeout specialists, and that's why you see, again, another guy, 24 innings, 25 strikeouts.
Yep. Those are good. That's what you want to see. You want to see more strikeouts than innings. As for their series against New Hampshire, they won 3 out of 5. The last game on Sunday was postponed due to rain, which happened to a lot of people this weekend because it was a bad weather weekend. Let's move to Scranton. This I was impressed by. Scranton swept a 6-game series against the Jacksonville, I love this, Jumbo Shrimp.
What a name.
In Jacksonville. That's also impressive. So they swept a 6-game series, which is one thing, but they did it on the road.
Is that a promotional thing? Or are they actually called the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp?
I'm not actually sure.
I'm gonna search it up right now because I can't imagine that's their actual team name. Because who would name a team that? It's got to be something like they've changed it, or it's the Marlins AAA affiliate, and no, they are the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Well, that makes sense, sure, because you're gonna.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, if we're the Marlins, we're gonna go with the fish.
Yeah. In the second game of that series, Clayton Beeter, who you will probably see with the Yankees at some point in 2024, struck out 9 over 5 2/3 innings, and the Railriders shut out the Shrimp. They also shut them out in back-to-back games. Tanner Tully, Alex Mauricio, and Odainier Mosqueda combined for the shutout on Thursday. So it was a very good week for Scranton down in Florida.
A 6-0 sweep really fried those shrimp.
Yeah. You like shrimp?
Yeah, I'm a shrimp guy.
I don't eat seafood.
I'm a decent seafood guy. I can get myself into a shrimp.
Yeah, no, the only thing I can do is fried calamari, and I have to suck the fried stuff off and then swallow it like a Jell-O shot, and then I can have it. I can't chew on it. That's it. Or maybe like tilapia if it's breaded, because it doesn't really taste like anything.
Yeah.
But other than that, no.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things I can't eat. It's just something.
No sushi?
Hudson. Oh, God, no.
Oh, wow. That was
God, no.
That was a reaction.
Yeah, no. Hudson Valley split their series with Wilmington, which was only 4 games because Saturday and Sunday were both rained out.
Only 4 games. These minor schedules are ridiculous.
I know.
Playing 6-game series. Like, they only got a chance to play 4.
Yeah, it's only 4.
Yeah.
They won the first 2 games, and in that second game, Jared Serna, who we talked about last year on the show, hit 3 home runs in that one game. And Jared Serna is tiny. He's like 5'6" or 5'7". So the fact that he hit 3 home runs in a game is amazing. And they won that game 13-10. That's true. Look at Altuve. In the 7th inning of the first game of the series, Hudson Valley scored a record-setting 9 runs on 10 hits to win the game 12-2. It was the 3rd time the Renegades have done that in their history. The first time was in 2005, which is, I believe, when they were Rays. Were they Rays? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were the Rays affiliate. And the previous time before the other night, 2021. So good series for them.
Yep.
And then Tampa split a 6-game series with the Dunedin Blue Jays. And in their final game, they won 15-7 thanks to an offensive show by third baseman Coby Morales, who went 3 for 5 with a home run, his first of the season, and he drove in 6 runs in that game.
Impressive stuff. 6 runs in one game is really impressive.
Yeah, good for them. So I just mentioned the Blue Jays, and we're going to talk about someone from the Blue Jays coming up next when we're taking a look around the league.
Wouldn't it be great if you could see all of your investment and retirement accounts in one place? With Yahoo Finance, you can consolidate your views from multiple accounts into one hub and access the expert analysis you need to tend to your entire profile with confidence. I have an investment account with Schwab and a 401k with Fidelity, and I've been using Yahoo Finance to consolidate them in one place, which has made it incredibly easy to manage them. Let's get straight to the point. You want to grow your portfolio, deal with the rising costs of inflation, to pay off your debt or your mortgage, pretty much anything standing in the way of you and your financial freedom, right? With Yahoo Finance, you can get access to the news, data, and tools that you need in order to help you reach that financial freedom. With a community of over 90 million users, the real strength is helping you on your way to financial success. For comprehensive financial news and analysis, visit the brand behind every great investor. That's yahoofinance.com, the #1 financial destination, yahoofinance.com. That's yahoofinance.com. Locked On has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube, and now it's also available on Amazon Fire TV in the free Fire TV Channels app. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts of Locked On, plus our national shows covering every league. Find Locked On Sports Today now available on the free Fire TV Channels app. And remember that you can catch every pitch of the Yankees' hometown broadcast with SiriusXM. Just download the SXM app and search the word Yankees. Stacey, honorable mention before we go around the league. New York Rangers took game 1. We're going to follow that because if you're a New Yorker, I know you're following the Yankees, the Rangers, the Knicks, of course. Game 1, tough game. It had me sweating, but they got it done. It's all that matters. Now to around the league. I got some interesting stuff to show you, to tell you, to everything. If you guys haven't realized what's going on in the league. First, let's get the incidentals out of the way. Cleveland, Seattle, and Baltimore still remain at the top of all of their divisions. I think it'll probably stay that way the most of the year. You can probably count on that. The Astros, who the Yankees will see starting on Tuesday, are now 12-21. They really haven't been able to get anything going this year. Even since the last time we spoke, they haven't been playing well. I want to check the scores right now and see if they actually lost earlier on, because yeah, they did. They lost to the Mariners to make that 12-22, which is after I made the of course the rundown. Stacey, I don't want to say this yet because they've got the pedigree, but they stink. They do.
Yeah.
Like they're not a good baseball team.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this the other day, that I was surprised the Yankees were able to go in there for the first series of the season in a 4-game series in Houston and sweep. And I just thought to myself, wow, that's really uncharacteristic. And they haven't really recovered from that.
And now I'm not that surprised. And I don't care. I still want the Yankees to sweep them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I want them to score 86 runs in every single game and just mutilate them. That's what I'm rooting for.
86? 86?
I have absolutely no sympathy for the Houston Astros.
Oh, no. No, I want them to be bad for the next decade.
I hope they finish the year 12-149. Or whatever it is, 12-150. I hope they have such a terrible year. I can't stand them. The Phillies have figured things out. They're currently up on the Giants while we're recording this 5-1. They can go to 24-11. They're playing consistently well, and that's another fan question if you guys want to answer. They might be the perfectly built team in baseball, and I'm not even kidding. Listen to these stats. 3 aces at the top of the rotation: Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, and Ranger Suarez. If you need to look at a guy that's had great numbers, look up what Ranger Suarez has done since the last year they got him. He's been unbelievably incredible. Their bullpen has a 3.35 ERA. It's the 5th best in baseball, and they give up they score 7 runs per game, which is top 10 in all categories. Bullpen, starting pitching, and batting. They are top 10 in every single category. That's the perfect way to build your baseball team, right? It's completely well-rounded.
Yep. That's exactly what you want.
Speaking of other Yankee,
that well.
Yeah, unbelievable. They're incredible. They're so good. And then the lineup is just, I mean, it's star after star. Moving to another guy that's now become a star in the last 5 years, and the Yankees, I feel like, missed on this. Sonny Gray. And, people are going to call me a Sonny Gray homer, and I've loved him since he played in Oakland. I was excited when they got him. I thought he'd be a dominant pitcher. There were plenty of times when Sonny Gray pitched for the Yankees when he actually was dominant for them. And I feel like people tend to forget that because they remember the bad. They remember him not being able to perform. And if you look at what Sonny Gray did throughout his entire Yankee career, the Yankees pitching staff wanted him throwing more breaking balls, and he wasn't comfortable with that.
Right.
And they wanted him pumping more fastball up in the zone. He consistently said he was not comfortable with that, but he pitched to their ways and it fell apart. Since then, since he has left, he has dominated in Cincinnati, finishing top 5 in the Cy Young. Dominated in Minnesota, finishing, again, top 5 in the Cy Young. And now with St. Louis, he's 5 starts in. He's 4-1 with a .89 ERA. It's a top 3 ERA in all of baseball. Think about how good he's been. So, to all the Yankee fans out there that couldn't stand him and thought he didn't have the guts to pitch in the Bronx and wasn't a good pitcher, sometimes what your management is doing and what your coaching staff is doing is not the way that the pitcher should actually be pitching. And this is one of the examples of the Yankees were obsessed with the analytics, and they loved his spin rate, and they loved everything he could offer, and they made him go away from what made him a major leaguer to begin with. And I really think they missed their opportunity on Sonny Gray, and I'll continue to say that for a long time.
Yeah, no, I spoke about that when they ended up trading him away. I had a whole episode about it, and I basically blamed the Yankees for messing with him and knew that he would be fine once he left.
And he's been more than fine.
I feel like they don't do that anymore with Matt Blake there.
Nope. They let Garrett Cole do Garrett Cole things. They let Rodon do Rodon things, and it's worked out swimmingly as of this season so far. And to your favorite topic of this segment, Alek Manoah made it back from single A all the way up. Good old Alek Manoah. First start back, he played against the Nationals, one of the worst offenses in baseball. So you figure he'd go out there, he'd have a decent start, maybe 2 or 3 runs, but get back in the major league groove of everything, right? Well, Alek Manoah had 4 innings, 6 earned, 6 Ks, 6 hits, and 4 walks. So I don't know how much longer he could possibly last in the major league.
He also gave up 2 home runs.
Yeah, hate to see it, really do.
You really do. It was a rough weekend for Toronto between the Maple Leafs losing, Drake being eviscerated by Kendrick Lamar in all those diss tracks, and now Alek Manoah coming back and not doing anything great.
Yeah, so not a good sports weekend for that city. Not a good one at all. Toronto, I mean, easily could have, and losing to Boston, I feel like makes it worse because it's gotten to the point with Boston where they win so much as a city that no one wants to see win anything. So it's just what a poor weekend for that city. You hate to see it.
Yeah, I like Toronto. I like the people of Toronto. I talk about all the time how I want to go up there, and I think I might go up for my big birthday. But I'm sorry, but the petty part of me, seeing Alek Manoah struggle just warms the jaded cockles of my heart. I can't help it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not an Alek Manoah fan. Seeing him go down to single A made me very happy. And now I'm almost more happy that they brought him back up to the majors so he could look like this. It really just something about it just makes me feel really good.
Yeah, it's the whole talking stuff before you actually do stuff kind of thing. You know, you talk all that crap about Garrett Cole and you call him the biggest cheater ever in Major League Baseball. Hi, Alek. Do you remember Alex Rodriguez? Like, how do you forget that? Why would you call Garrett Cole the biggest cheater in Major League Baseball? And
Alek
it's
Manoah
just
should
funny.
Try to cheat.
I know. It's just funny that he did all that stuff in the offseason between 22 and 23. And that's when everything went wrong for him. His 23 was terrible. And then Garrett Cole wins the Cy Young unanimously.
Hate to see it.
Just saying. One more time, don't forget to join the Locked On Yankees Insiders Club. There's a link in the description below and a 14-day free trial. You get text from us. You can text us questions. And speaking of that, leave your questions under the pinned comment below to get your questions answered for Fan Mail Friday. But if you join the Insiders Club, you get top priority. And remember, you can catch every pitch of the Yankees hometown broadcast with SiriusXM. Just download the SXM app and search the word Yankees. So that'll do it for this edition of Locked On Yankees. I'm Stacey Gotsoulias.
And I'm Brian McKeon. We'll see you guys tomorrow.